Still stretching.
It is the Riot. Welcome to our podcast. Obi finished our Radio U live show today with a giant stretch, and he's starting our podcast with a stretch as well.
I'm out of coffee, too. But it's okay. We're going to have Chinese food for lunch.
I'm excited about that, man. We connected on the right thing for today. We knew what we needed to do.
I'm just telling you right now, when I go upstairs and people are like, blah, blah, blah,
doesn't matter.
Be
We're
like,
not
you know what?
listening.
You can have the snuckle sandwich for lunch. Is that too rich? How about some of this foot?
Nope, we're excited. Today's going to be a good day. It's already been fun.
Oh, we're having a great time.
You like that? Did that sound convincing? It's like, it's been great.
Oh, my gosh. Like,
lots of
so
yelling,
much fun.
so much talking.
Much fun.
Well, hopefully you'll enjoy something in this.
Today, Obadiah watches the building and the cookies. That's what I'm here for. Tell you what, you set up on the first floor. Not going to believe the stuff you're going to see around here. Amazon wants to come in your house. Nikki and I are going to start getting Porsches-on-demand, which we're excited about that. Bomb threats, where you watch you. Oh, Nikki wants to watch you eat it. What?
Just hate that.
What?
It's not how it is.
But you know, that started with you.
No.
It did.
Stop.
It did. It did.
Moving on.
There's some guy in Canada with over 17,000 movies.
And he wants you to buy his movie collection.
Wouldn't that be nice? And the iPhone and the port-a-potty. That's probably the most important thing.
I think you should definitely enjoy this podcast. Don't forget, join us at Radio U Riot. Make sure you like our Facebook page and our Radio U Riot YouTube channel if you want to subscribe. We've got a new Riot Skips work coming soon.
Oh, yeah. In fact, I just got off the phone with the people. We're all set up.
That's right. We're going to do another one. So our video series is there. And then, of course, our podcasts are also available on both those locations, too.
All right. So anything else?
Have a wonderful day.
Oh, it's too late. I already am. It's the Riot.
Bye.
The worst of the Riot. Proof that you're already living in that dark future dystopia. Radio U.
I've got an idea for you. Today, I want you to go and sit somewhere you don't normally sit. And just watch what happens. See what you'll see.
Mean you're shaking things up because it's not your spot?
Yesterday afternoon, I have a laptop, so I can sit anywhere I want. I just have to be in the building. And actually, I can be within, 10, 15 feet of the building. Sometimes, my goal yesterday was, I keep a canvas chair in my car, and I was like, well, I'm going to sit out back. And out back faces a cornfield. That's where I'm going to work today. And it didn't pan out because it was just too humid. And I was like, it sucks outside. I'm not staying out here. Forget you, nature. You did this.
But you were trying to go to a different location.
Yeah, so yesterday afternoon, I just sat in our break room by the window. There's a table in there. It's nice, right?
There's some cookies.
Well, that's the thing, is that what you don't know is that we got a lot of staff members, Nikki, that make a lot of stops in the break room during the day.
We do we?
Stop in for an M&M here, a cookie there.
And with you being there, did that startle them?
Absolutely.
And then they're maybe not wanting to take as much or whatever they wanted to take in the first place.
I feel like as a staff, if we all wanted to cut back, I just need to set up shop in the break room next to the cookies.
You really could, because they'd be like, oh, well, I don't want you to see me eat all these.
I don't want someone to see how many times I'm in here getting a cookie.
True.
And that happened.
Yeah.
And the other thing, one of the reasons I was in the break room was like, well, you know what? I could really get some stuff done down here. No, that's a chatty place. So everybody's like getting a cookie, talking about life.
Which is not wrong, because, that is the break room.
I know. But I feel like I could set up some kind of, sitcom based around how I sit in the break room and help people, with their life or something. They come in.
The new bar, but instead of the bar, it's the break room.
I'm the bartender, but I'm the cookie keeper. And so I sit there and I'm just like, hey, what can I get you? Here's a Biscoff.
In the afternoons, you make a fresh pot of coffee.
Yeah, it's in there. Hey, you want me to put some water on for tea? Okay, how are things at home right now? We got 10 minutes for this stuff to steep. Let's talk.
We can talk, and then that's an episode each time.
Totally be an episode. And obviously, we end up outside the break room sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Instead of comedians in cars getting coffee, it's DJs getting cookies in the break room.
Yeah, and we just sit there and we just talk about stuff. So, I got almost the whole first season. We just got to start breaking the individual stories.
Now, you're saying this like a positive thing, but if I get upstairs later and I'm working with everybody else and they pull me aside and they're like, hey, it wasn't positive to see you in the break room and they want you to pick another spot.
Well, why are they going to pull you aside?
Because they don't want to tell you.
And talk to me?
They don't want to.
Oh, boy. I took too intimidating a stance near the cookies.
It did, and they don't want you to know that it bothered them, but they would like you to go somewhere else.
I got to go to talk to HR. I'm really threatened by you sitting by the cookies.
Not threatened, just that's supposed to be an open area, and you're working in there.
I feel like they would say threatened because they feel threatened because someone is judging them about the cookies, and I'm just like, look, I'm just here talking. You're the one that walked in, saw me, reached for a cookie, then walked out without a cookie. You made that choice. You made that choice. And you know what? Let's be honest. Probably a better choice.
Oh, see now.
See? Judging.
What's that?
I know, right
What's
there.
What's that one?
Man, I don't know.
You can't be in there then.
How does Nikki put up with Obadiah day after day? It's easy. We pay her. Radio U.
Piracy's a thing now, right? You know, on the high seas, on the internet, on your porch. What are you talking about on the porch? Porch pirates, they call them.
Oh, I never knew it had a term, but people, who steal packages off porches?
Me either. I'm actually just slightly excited because now that they have a term, we can have a whole thing about it.
It's a whole nother thing of piracy.
Yep, they call it porch piracy, and that is people that steal your booty from your porch when UPS delivers, mostly Amazon, because Amazon clearly marks its packages. And so when people see an Amazon box, in fact, I saw a thing where there was they arrested a guy who was following a UPS truck. He was just staying a few houses back or whatever.
And just grabbing all of them?
So as they would deliver, he would just go up and grab stuff, and the back of his car was getting full.
Doesn't that person understand? Don't you know how great it is when you see what you bought is finally out for delivery, and you're so excited to go home and grab it from the porch? And I'm not doing that to somebody. I'm not stealing their stuff.
I feel fairly sure that I was hit by a porch pirate a couple of years ago. I bought a PlayStation Vita from Amazon.
Yeah.
And had it delivered, and it was like, oh, yeah, there's the delivery confirmation. There's everything. Nowhere to be seen.
I remember the one time you had a game delivered, and then it ended up it blew to like a couple houses
down. That happened. It's true. That happened.
You found it like years later.
I found it. It was a few months later. Like, oh my gosh, here it is.
There's the game.
But no, with the Vita, I actually went around.
Stole that.
Yeah, I went around the neighborhood. I did that because I thought it's too heavy to blow away, but I'm going to look around. And no, they never
you feel bad
it.
too, even though Amazon's been usually cool with it. But you feel like, okay, I'm telling the truth, I promise.
They refunded my money, and I did not have it delivered a second time. I went to a store and bought one.
If not, you have it delivered to maybe work or something.
So all of this to say, Amazon thinks they have an answer to porch piracy.
What are they going to do?
Well, would you mind letting them in?
Oh, now there's been talks of this before.
They say that they are working on a thing where you would give them, like
the code? Like to your garage or something?
They'd come in and drop something off and, then take off.
If there was maybe a box for your box, like a lock box.
Wait, you mean like a box out in front of your house where you could receive deliveries?
Not your mailbox.
That is a quaint idea. Are you serious?
Enough. It's not big enough.
That's true. It's not.
It's not able, or like a tethering system, like a locking thing, like a bike.
Yeah. Yes, they should have something like that. In my first apartment, they had a thing where if you got deliveries, the post office would have you'd open it up and there's your mail, but then there would be a little slip and a key to the big box that was in the thing, and you would open that up and there'd be a package in there.
Would be your thing. It'd be all safe and sound.
Man, I get so much crap from the internet now. They just be like, look, take the key. All right. It's yours all the time anyway. Now, we hate you.
There's no privacy anymore, so why do we care? It's like, let yourself in. Will you just leave it there, please? Okay, thanks.
Get yourself something to drink, and if you want to sit on the couch in your underwear and watch some TV, help yourself.
Well, who was it a few weeks ago? Was it Walmart saying how they want to have an in-delivery person?
Deliver to your fridge?
Yeah, to your fridge. They're starting to think about that.
I don't know. Then they're like, hey, you can eat those leftovers. Hey, I saw that, there's some chocolate cake, and I've been here twice this week, and no one's eating it again.
Hey, if I had delivery in-house, I would just lie and say I wasn't there, but be hiding somewhere, just so you could figure it out, but just be very quiet.
Well, or put cameras everywhere.
Well, yeah.
Then everyone could watch you when you think the cameras are off, but they're not.
Just can't win, can you?
You know what? I'm just going to start walking around naked. That solves everything. You know what?
Yeah, but what about the porch piracy? That doesn't solve that.
Well, it does, because now when the people are coming into my house, there are cameras, I'm cameraed. There's a connection.
My favorite part of the worst of the riot, when they shut up and the music starts. It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
One of the minor annoyances that I have in day-to-day life is I'm always driving the same car.
Oh, yes, it is a bummer, isn't it?
You know, you go out and it's like it's the same car as yesterday.
It's your car.
Same car as yesterday. Same color, same style. It's the same car.
Do you need another one to alternate?
Well, okay, I thought about that. You know, what if I had two, but then it's all of a sudden you're in a pattern. It's every other day.
That's true.
Like, okay.
Okay, 3.
All right, so you need a few. But that becomes cost prohibitive for some people, not for such a high-paid DJ working for this nonprofit radio station. I'm just rolling in money, just so much money all the time, which is why I'm excited about a pilot program that's happening in Atlanta right now. Really hope it spreads to my hometown. I also hope we get high-speed internet someday, but that's a story for another time. And I mean gigabit. Yeah, we have high-speed.
It's like, wait. You mean the other stuff?
Well, what they now call high-speed internet, I call internet.
Sure.
I'm looking for
the next thing.
The real high-speed internet. Porsche has just launched this in Atlanta. Their Porsche Passport. Here's what you do. You get an app on your phone.
Uh-huh.
You're just swapping out Porsches.
So it's like an Uber thing, but like you get it that day, or
they just bring it to you.
And so you're renting it?
Well, you're paying a monthly fee, and they just bring a car. So for $2,000 a month, you can do their entry plan, which is the Porsche launch program. That gives you access to a Boxster, a Cayman S, a Cayenne, and a Macan S. I know I'm not getting that last one right. But if you want to go for their full 22-car roster, you can pay $3,000 for the Accelerate plan.
I'm sorry. So say you wanted to go drive somewhere, and you're like, okay, I need a car, or you...
No, you'll have a car. So, like, you can keep it.
Well, no, you always have a car, but if you're wanting to change it out, they bring it to you, and can you pick, or is it just you get one of the 22 cars that are available?
Well, there are 22 styles. There are more than 22 cars.
Sure.
So it's not like you and 21 other people are fighting over a model.
But style. So, like, you're like, hey, I want the SUV Porsche today. And you're like, well, you get what you get.
That's the exact argument that they make. Mm-hmm. You're a family man, you know, but you want to have fun too. So on the weekends, if you need to cart the family around, you get the Cayman S, or is it the Cayenne? I can't remember. The Porsche Cayenne SUV.
But then, like, maybe you want something sporty today.
Right. So we'll, bring you the Boxster or the whatever. And so they, you just tell them what you want, they bring it to you.
I don't understand then, because then how do you take care of, like, gas and stuff? So, like, what, do they fill up the gas all the time?
You know what? That's a really good question.
Or do you refill? Because that's, like, the annoying part of a loaner or a rental car.
If I were to guess, and I don't obviously know, but I would guess that they probably bring you the car with a full tank of gas.
And then you fill it up at the end?
No, I would say that's probably part of your rental fee, is that they are also providing fuel for the vehicles. So, I don't know.
I see holes, and I just can't, I can't understand it all yet, so maybe not.
Okay, so, it is pricey, but, you're getting to swap them out. They say the most expensive lease that's currently available for a stock Cayman S, $1,200 a month. So you're paying $800 more, but I feel like if you're in this price range, that's not something you're staring at.
Yeah, maybe.
I love the idea of being able to swap out a car at any time.
That is kind of nice. Especially cool. Just say if it was just you and you just
had $2,000 extra a month.
You had like that income and it was perfectly fine. Why not? Live a little.
Yeah, well, live a lot from my perspective, but sure, whatever.
Only problem then I would be like, well, I want another car from another company.
You're like, I'm so tired of Porsche.
I don't want it anymore. Exactly. And you wish they'd had like a partnership with somebody else.
I do think Nikki's right. No matter how good you have it, you will begin to not like it.
Want to know what the Riot is doing right now? Follow them on Instagram and Twitter at riot.radiou.com. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
So, Carl's Jr., you win.
I think it's awesome.
You win. I followed you on Twitter. You win.
It's like I can't tell what they're doing.
So here's the deal. Over the weekend, Carl's Jr. started a campaign with the hashtag Amazon Buy Us, saying, hey, Amazon, you've bought Whole Foods. Now you should buy a Carl's Jr. And it is hysterical. Like, they have been tweeting ideas that they have and stuff. So, like, for example, here's a tweet of the Carl's Jr. sign, which is a star with a smiley face. So they tweeted a picture of the Amazon box that has their little kind of smile on it.
Like the shooting star sort of thing.
And then they compared it to the smile of the Hardee's guy, and they're like, huh?
I think it works.
And then they tweeted a picture of a Carl's Jr. on wheels, the self-driving restaurant.
See, this is where I think the trolling part of it's coming in, but yet, I don't know, maybe.
But the best part, the single greatest thing in all of this Twitter storm that Carl's Jr. wants Amazon to buy them is Carl's Food Markets. It's a Carl's Jr. located inside a Whole Foods.
Now that I think is amazing.
It's fantastic because nothing says Whole Foods like Carl's Jr.
Well, the new Whole Foods.
Well, that's true, Nikki. They
are.
You know,
so
they're changing things up a little bit.
Who is it? CKE Restaurants owns, it's the parent company,
Carl's Jr.
Carl's Jr., which on some of the coast, depending on where you're maybe at, you might have a Hardee's. And a Hardee's is owned by...
Also Carl's Jr.
Is the same. Yeah. So, the different branding... But pretty much the same.
Don't they both have the star?
No, it's not totally, the same, and the menu's not the same for everything. Well, but a Carl's Jr. breakfast is something special. I've always loved it.
Yeah, I've had great breakfast experiences there. Though I wasn't really... The last time I went, it was not a Carl's Jr. I went to a Hardee's.
So it is different.
Then they have like their $6 burger or $5 burger or whatever it was. And
was a Frisco burger or something like that too?
I was a little underwhelmed by that experience.
No, what you have to do is go like either real late night... where you're just wanting anything. And if you go with that attitude, it's delicious. It's great. That and Del Taco, those are the two places where you're like, you got to be pretty hungry and just not in your normal, like nothing else is open. Nikki, and you're going to love it.
I just want to throw one more restaurant into that mix. Jack in the Box.
No, Jack in the Box is something different.
What, you think that's good all the time?
That's if you're feeling sick.
What, you need to get it out?
You're just wrong. Like, you don't understand.
I feel bad.
Our Jack in the Box. If you've never been to Jack in the Box, if you ever seen like the little ping pong guy with the little hat on it and stuff, Jack in the Box is it's something.
Hey,
it is something.
Going to Jack in the Box is basically telling society that you hate yourself, but at the same time...
But you want a milkshake with it.
It's good.
Like good milkshake, and then they do anything and everything. So you maybe would go
You want Chinese food and a taco?
You want an egg roll and some fries? Well, okay, yeah, you can have that.
No problem. Well, how would you like a chili dog with a side of... I don't even know what.
Of a shoe.
Fried shoes.
I don't even know.
They have a lot of stuff there.
Oh, it's just something.
But Carl's Jr., they have not yet really said, like, hey, is it real? Is it not real? We feel like it's probably not real. But again, I gave them what they wanted. I'm following them on Twitter because they said for the rest of the week, that's their theme on Twitter.
Yeah, they want Amazon to buy them?
Tweeting about how Amazon should buy them.
So which one did we go to outside of Safeco Field? Was that
was a Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box, okay.
Yeah, that was the one Nikki and I didn't eat. Someone was like taking a bath in the sink and there was screaming.
Someone came out of the bathroom who showered in the bath. This is daytime, by the way.
But it's lunchtime. It's lunch.
Lunch rush time. The person came out. I thought she had a bathrobe or something. Or she was handling that. And I think I saw like 5 meth deals going on outside. So we backed out and we left.
It looked like an episode of The Walking Dead where like the walkers were standing outside the restaurant. Like the parking lot.
It had taken over.
We're full of people just standing around. And
talking to themselves.
Yes, there was some of that. There and before anybody screams mental health, no.
There was lots of drugs going on.
Self-induced.
Yep.
We didn't eat there.
We'll keep up on Carl's Jr. though, and we'll see because that Amazon may be.
They got a follow out of me.
Imagine a world where the Riot never talks and it's glorious Radio U music for hours on end. Now, imagine the opposite of that. You're already there. It's the worst of the Riot on Radio U.
You've gone out for a nice meal, but the worst part comes to pass. You're sitting there and the lady comes back with a check and she expects money.
She needs you to pay for it.
Here she is ruining this nice evening that you've had, and she's talking about money. Don't you hate that? You know, when somebody all of a sudden wants to make everything about money, you're just trying to enjoy Radio U and they start talking about the fundraiser. Don't you just hate that? I hate that too, right?
This is about food and eating.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to bring it back. So, here we got a guy in Pittsburgh who he went to Monty Bros. I've never been there myself. Is that the
sandwich place?
I think so.
The one where they put the fries on top of the sandwich and then you like smush it together like I always say we should do with any of our hamburgers and sandwiches?
I'm going to say that that's absolutely the truth, even though I have no idea if you're right or not. Monty Brothers?
Maybe.
All right. Or Monty Bros, since people call Smash Brothers Smash Bros. And look at me like I'm an idiot. It's cool. But okay, dude runs out of the restaurant twice without paying. They catch him, drag him back.
Sure.
Call the police. But the thing is, while he was out there, before he got taken back to the restaurant, apparently he called in a bomb threat.
Oh, now, gosh.
Here's what's really great. He did not call in a bomb threat to that restaurant.
What did he do?
He called it into a restaurant like next door or whatever.
So then they would have
to clear the building.
To clear the whole thing?
That's genius. Because, see, my thought is, okay, if I was going to call in a bomb threat, I would want to call it into the restaurant where I was currently eating. But
maybe he thought there'd be less chance that they'd figure out it was him if it's not that location. Like, well, who's this person?
But see, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes it so smart. It's an attached building. It's a next door thing. So, of course, they would have to evacuate everybody. And ta-da! Free dinner. Free dinner. So the only problem was someone heard him make the phone call. And so the police showed up. Here's what's even crazy. In the middle of it all, somebody else in the restaurant was just like, you know what? I'll pay for this guy's dinner. Someone had already paid his bill.
He didn't even need to do that.
No, the police show up and they end up like, okay, well, we got you for the bomb threat. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. He runs out of the restaurant and they do a full-on don't tase me, bro.
They go chase him?
Yeah, and they tase him.
Well, thank you to everybody for texting. That is the place. If you ever see any food shows where they're like, here's this best restaurant. It's Monty Brothers, and it's known for, like, they stick their fries on the sandwich, and it's really delicious.
We should do that.
So thank you, Phil. Thank you, Tammy, for texting.
I do love.
I know. It looks really, really good.
I've never been. Have you been there?
I've not, but I've seen it, and anytime you put French fries on a sandwich, I really like that. So when I saw that on, I think probably a Food Network show or something, I was like, yeah, the place looks pretty good.
I have a very distinct memory of you and I being at a Burger King together and you being like,
I do remember that.
Put fries on your burger.
Do it.
Do it now. I want to watch you eat the fries on the burger.
No, I just wanted you to try it. Don't make it weird.
You and I have a very different recollection of those events, I'll tell you that.
Just making it weird.
No, it was weird.
No, it's not weird to put fries on your sandwich, and I didn't want to sit there and watch you.
There's this weird chatter that comes on Nikki, and she's like, put the fries on it.
Stop it.
I want to watch you eat the fries on the burger.
No, I wanted to see if you liked it.
You wanted to see me eat? I heard it.
Let's just leave this. Don't call bomb threats to the place or to any place around it.
I think
it's like if you're late for a plane and the people who try to call it in, like that's going to slow it down.
Or if you didn't study for that test. You're thinking bomb threat.
Yeah, or your school or something. Yeah. Now, especially in 2017, that really does not work.
Yeah, like maybe in the mid 80s or something. But these days, no, they're going to get you.
The riot used to be 3 people.
Please tell me we're not discussing video games again.
The other guy didn't make it. It's the riot.
Behold my dark future.
I can't wait to hear about it.
When I look into the future, this is where I'm headed right now.
What are you doing?
I just sent you a link to it. This guy's name is Adam Malek. He's from Winnipeg. Oh, he's from Winnipeg. We don't need scary music. We need Canada.
Oh,
Adam,
this could be you.
I know.
He has a massive movie collection.
17,300 movies.
Why would he even, I guess he must catalog them or something.
First off, I just want you to know,
that's way too much.
Does anybody else feel better about themselves all of a sudden? I'm like,
it looks like a library behind him.
Maybe I've got 300. You know?
That's a lot. 300's a lot.
No, it's nothing. It's a drop in the bucket. It's a joke.
For normal, everyday people, that's still a lot.
You know what? Let's remember for me to go home and count.
You should. Oh my gosh, we totally need we could have a contest, like the jelly beans in the jar. Oh my gosh, it'd be amazing.
Wait, no.
I don't know what prize we'd give you, but we need to have a contest.
I got it. Tomorrow, that'll just be our question in the morning.
How many?
I'm going to go home and count, and we'll just play high. We'll play higher or lower. Higher,
Please
lower?
do that. Now, are we counting digital or are we just counting physical?
Well, no. It's just going to be physical. Okay, and here we go.
So this person has floor-to-ceiling shelves.
She can't handle it if you do. Set reminder, 4 p.m., count Blurays. It didn't...
Do you want to save this?
Yes, I do.
Yes, that's why we said it.
If you'd been talking at all,
she can't handle
the whole thing would have broken down. It would have never worked.
So he has DVDs, Blu-rays, Laserdiscs, VHS, Betamax tape. Is that the Big Hero 6 guy? Betamax?
That was Baymax.
Baymax, that's it.
Betamax was back in the 70s and 80s. There were two video cassette formats. You had beta versus VHS, just like you had DVD versus HD DVD, and no one...
What was the Blu-ray one, or the...
what did I say? Yeah, that's what I meant. Blu-ray versus HD DVD.
Yes,
because I know someone that...
had HD DVD.
Yeah.
So it's got all that. So it's not just like Blu-rays or DVDs.
Yep.
He has 23 copies alone of Jurassic Park.
Well, that's where you got to draw some lines.
He says it's my favorite movie, so I bought all the different versions from England, Germany, in different editions from over the years.
The thing about this is, part of me understands that, because I have, if you count the DVDs, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 copies of Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
And that's your favorite movie. That's
right.
Like what would be his Jurassic Park.
But for me, he's buying different copies just because he likes the cover art. For me, each time they had remastered it or put extra features on it or stuff like that.
So he's selling it on eBay. The only thing I can say at least is a little better. For his 17,000 movie collection, he did not, it doesn't seem like he just bought them all brand new. He went to a lot of flea markets, pawn shops, a lot of just old video stores. So it compared to where I thought he's buying all this full price.
Crazy.
So what is he selling it for on eBay?
I think he wants $1 million for it.
What?
Can pull in. He's hoping that's what he'll get. I don't know what it's current.
Who's paying $1 million for some guy's movie collection?
Well, this is where he's going to learn the very hard lesson about any collection.
Yeah.
That there's what people say something's worth, and then what someone will actually pay you for it. These are two very, very different things.
You should seriously go and pull up on Amazon. You can send in your Blu-rays and DVDs and find out what you paid for one of those movies, and then go look and see what they'll pay you to take it back. Mm-hmm. It's almost like just throw it away. You're that close. And this guy wants to get $1 million for it.
Well, but remember, he has to break
that Amazon. Up. Who wants to pick it up? How does that collection get to someone?
Well, it's 500 square feet.
Yeah, but how does that get to that person?
I have no idea.
You can't ship all that.
I have absolutely no idea how you would do that. I mean, I guess, but that's part. Okay, think about this. I think you and I are thinking the wrong kind of scale. What if I said to you, Nikki, for $1 million, I want you to pack up your whole house and ship it to me? Maybe at the most, that's going to cost you $15,000, $20,000.
Oh, sure, but out of the million.
And then after that, and you've paid taxes, of course, you should have $10 or $12 left. Now, you'll have some money left where it's like, oh, yeah, that was totally worth it.
I don't know. To me, for Adam in Winnipeg, I feel like you should have broken it up and don't flood the market because it's just you selling all these things.
I actually think selling it, he'll get more out of selling it in gross than he would into small packets. Because, I mean, hey, I have 23 VHS copies of Jurassic Park. You're getting $1.
Yeah, so if you're trying to hide all that by just putting in one big thing.
That's exactly right. You are hiding your crap behind your good stuff and making them take it all.
Good luck to you, Adam.
He's not getting $1 million.
No, he's not.
Sorry. I mean,
you're going to have to take a lot less than that.
As somebody that buys a lot of Blu-rays, I wish he was getting $1 million. It would give me hope. But
17,000 movies.
You're hearing it for the first time, and it sounds terrible.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Yesterday, I started playing Middle-earth: Shadow of War. That is the follow-up to Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor.
I feel like they had a template, and
they did.
They're just just change that last word, and that's it.
Fix that, it's fine. That is a video game set in the Lord of the Rings universe, in which a Ranger of Gondor becomes somehow linked with Celebrimbor. He is the guy...
The words are so
What are you talking? What's the problem?
Nothing. It just sounds
we're just getting started.
It's the surface. Okay, keep saying them.
So he's the guy that forged the One Ring for Sauron. Or, well, I guess he taught him how to do it. I can't remember if he actually did it or they did it together, whatever. So I just have to say that I have been looking forward to this game, though the more I've seen about it, it looks so complicated that it would sometimes just from a distance looking at it, it's like, I should start a business with a lot of different accounts and a lot of different whatever, because there's so many minute details that I have to, I'll just go into finance. Why don't I do finance instead of playing this video game? It seems a lot simpler.
Sometimes we're in a season where we like games that are a bit more, you can jump in and out of any time.
Yeah.
Where this seems like you need to invest a lot of quality time in it to get it all.
I don't know if my brain's ready for it.
Sure.
Quite honestly, turn on Destiny, I'm like, shoot the bad guys, either in the glowy spot, aim for whatever's glowing, you're good, okay? This is like, okay, now if I conquer and then subtract the 2 percentage-wise, and then I get a buff, and then, no, it's crazy. But that being said, I only played for like half an hour.
Yeah.
And it has what I think might be just about the dumbest story I've ever heard in my life. It's just so dumb. It starts out, they're like, hey, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make another One Ring. So, like, there's a One Ring, we're making another One Ring. 3 minutes, 30 seconds, 5 seconds into that, immediately that One Ring ends up in the wrong hands, and now we have to go get it.
Like, why'd you make it? What are you doing?
Like, this is bad fan fiction. Like, hey, guys, remember how there was a ring? Well, there's another ring, and now we got to get that back.
Uh-huh. Well, that's a formula that worked for the Lord of the Rings series.
I get it. And quite frankly, there is probably a movie guy somewhere that's like, that's it. You guys cracked it. You guys cracked the code. There was a ring. Now there's another ring. That's the answer. Lord of the Rings 2. This time there's another ring. It's perfect. When do we start filming? Get Peter Jackson in here. We'll make 5
going,
movies.
Guys. Let's get
5
going.
movies.
So are you enjoying the game, it sounds like?
The game itself seems pretty fun. Like I said, I played the last one. I thought the last one was great. This one just seems like that one, but a lot more complicated with a lot dumber story.
So do you like it or not?
Well, it's only 30 minutes. I don't know. I've barely touched it.
Sounds like I'm hearing a lot of you don't like it.
Well, Nikki, listen, sometimes you have to get over. Do you get that point in a relationship where the rose-colored glasses come off?
I don't know. 30 minutes in, you got a good idea, though, into your first date.
Listen, I want to play more. I do.
Sure.
But I just found myself, at one point laughed out loud because when he's making anotother ring, I was like, that's what we're doing. So the cause of all these problems is a ring, and your answer to that is to make another one? And then, no, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. Like, immediately, a bad guy has the ring now, and it's like, what? Are you for real right now? Do you guys see the problem? Okay, you know what? Technically, you need at least 3 for a pattern, sometimes more, but we're going to stop at 2. Here's the rule. No more rings.
So what is this game called again?
It's Middle-earth Shadow of War.
And that's the one that's out
the
just
finance
recently.
Simulator.
Finance.
There are
the
so
cash
many,
for gold.
There are so many overlapping systems that you forget at the heart of it. You're like, press X to kill orc.
If you complete the game, you get a degree. So that's a bonus.
I'm well on my way. I think that's my problem is like I got enough going on somewhere else. And
you don't need the game to be that.
Like, you just need to understand the way these 10 overlapping systems work and you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, well, I need that manual over here. It's the size of a family Bible. I'm sure I'll have it figured out by Christmas.
It's the worst of the riot because calling it the best of the riot would be a lie. Radio U.
I'm a little concerned about that asteroid that's going to be coming pretty close tomorrow. You know, asteroid, is it 2012 TC4?
Oh, is that again? Yeah.
It's about 27,000 miles away, but I'll tell you what.
Super close.
It sneezes.
And we're all in trouble.
Next thing you know, it's rough. That's 1/8 the distance to the moon. What I'd like to know is, can you see it? What if we'll be able to see it? Like, it may not be
visible?
Big. I don't think it's big enough.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe we'll get a picture and then it'll be like, here, it's a picture. And then below it'll be like, artist rendering.
Well, if you look, there's a photo here from the European Space Agency and it's like, oh yeah.
Wait, no, what's the asteroid movie?
Armageddon?
Yeah, they put a picture from that. It's like, here's what we think it'll look like.
Here's Bruce Willis standing by this asteroid.
It could be that.
There it is. Oh, Nikki, we should watch Armageddon.
Sure.
Shouldn't we?
Oh, sure. Now, it's a little busy this week, so maybe remind me later.
You're so busy that you don't have time for us to stop everything and watch Armageddon.
I know. Isn't that a shame?
It's too bad. I think that's kind of a long movie, too. Let's take a look. What is that, like?
The running time?
2.5 hours, Armageddon.
Why is it that long?
Well, it takes a long time to save the Earth.
For setup or what?
2 hours and 30 minutes, yeah.
That is pretty long.
Man, look at this. Bruce Willis, Ben Affleck before he was Batman, Liv Tyler back when you knew who she was.
What do you mean?
What? Like, what's she doing lately?
I don't know.
Well, I wasn't being mean. I was just saying, like, I'll bet when I say Liv Tyler, you're like, I don't know who that is.
Wasn't she in Lord of the Rings?
That's the best we got.
So that's still
She's
a while
probably
ago.
doing something else. I'm just not.
No, you can live off that money.
Probably.
You don't need to do anything else.
Do you think she got residuals?
Probably. And you don't need to live off Armageddon money, but...
I don't think anybody these days is living off Armageddon money.
But still Lord of the Rings money, I bet you they are.
Yeah. Now, see, Armageddon, you could see it as a prototype for all of the Transformers movies that you love so much because it's directed by Michael Bay. Yeah. Hey, it's a guilty pleasure. I like Armageddon.
No, that's fine.
It's not good, but that's what makes it good.
Now, if an asteroid is coming, my philosophy is still, if there's nothing we can do about it, you don't even need to tell me.
Right.
We'll find out when we find out.
Dude, I want to find out where it's going to hit.
I don't need to know.
I want to be right where it's going to hit.
Nope.
Just take me right where it is, and then I'm just going to take some NyQuil, and I'll see you on the other side.
I want to be with my head in the sand. That's it. I don't need to know.
You just want to man, Nikki, that is the entire
I want to look up and be
line.
like, what is that? And then that's it, if that's how it happens.
That's what Deep Impact is all about. Morgan Freeman's the president. Elijah Wood, also before Lord of the Rings. Spots the asteroid, goes public with it. All that stuff.
Yeah, nothing we can do.
Right. Well, I know, but that's about how everybody finds out. And
so tomorrow, that's what they were saying.
Yeah, it's going to be an asteroid that's going to pass by, and Nikki and I are going to watch Armageddon to celebrate. Great. It's going to be...
Hey, I don't have to. That's not in my job description, though. Like, I don't need to.
That's becoming more and more of a thing that I keep hearing you say.
I don't need to do it.
Are there people in your life just constantly making you do things? Because we were standing in the lobby yesterday, and I said, aren't you going whatever? She's like, I don't have to do that.
I didn't say that. I cannot go to Hudson's birthday lunch on Friday.
You said, I was like, why? I can't believe you're going. You actually said to me, we don't have to go.
No, I didn't say that about his birthday lunch. No way.
You did.
You're not even hearing it.
No, I'm telling you. I was like, yeah, we have to go. We don't have to go.
No, then it must be about something else. I didn't say that about his birthday lunch. I can't go to his birthday lunch, but I would like to go. I did not. No.
Listen,
I don't want to talk to you anymore.
Oh, we're getting too close to the truth. That's in your contract. This discussion is not over. We are watching Armageddon tomorrow.
I don't want to watch it with you.
You're watching it.
I'm not watching it.
Yes, we are. We're going to get popcorn, and we're going to watch Armageddon.
Well, I will eat the popcorn, but I am not watching it.
I'm holding your eyes open. It's going to get weird.
Starting your day with the worst of the riot is a great idea because it's guaranteed to get better from here. It's the Riot on Radio U.
Nikki?
Do we have someone on the phone who wants to tell us something?
Nikki, John is on the phone and completely unrelated to Armageddon, which is too bad.
I wish it was.
John has a story. Now, John, you told me this story off air. Nikki has not heard your story.
No, what happened?
So,
John, first off, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Very good.
So, John, talk to Nikki. Tell her what happened.
I'm afraid to hear.
So really, this Nikki, this story is for you.
I'm worried.
So, one of my friends was in a porta-john, and her friends felt it would be funny to shake the
potty.
The potty.
Yeah.
And her brand new iPhone falls.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It falls in, right?
It falls in. And guess what she does?
Hold my feet, guys.
Did she go in after? No, she did not. Did she?
She really did.
Oh, is it ruined or like? I mean, I don't know what you would do with it. You don't just go wash it off. Even though now the iPhones are sturdier, so I bet you could.
Eric's got a towel. She can just wipe it off.
Wipe it off? What did she do with it? Did she keep it, or did she return it without telling people?
So the best part about this is the screen apparently turned blue.
No, that's the cleaning stuff. Oh, that's unexpected.
So when she took it to the iPhone store, they basically said, you could have returned this while stolen. Like, you didn't have to go down
Bring it in. Well, we talked to some guy who was a Verizon worker, and he said the same thing. He said, if your phone ever goes in a toilet, don't bother bringing it in because they know when it's been in a toilet. Like, you're not fooling them.
They know when it's been wet. They don't know that it was a toilet. You might have thrown it in the pool.
For the most part.
Not the metaphor pool, like...
Not the Super Bowl.
The actual pool.
Oh, so she did get a new phone then, right?
She did.
Okay, because you can't put that up to your ear.
So she had like Apple Care, so you pay like the $50 or $200 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Still,
okay.
I would have charged the friends. I mean,
that's what
they totally have needed to pay.
Don't you feel like they should have chipped in a little bit?
I think so.
I do too, because I would have been like, first off, you're going in after it, not me.
Second of all, you're paying me money now.
Second, you guys are going.
Well, if you see your friend again, you tell her we're sorry that happened. And though it's never happened to us, that's a deep fear of mine all the time. That's
Absolutely.
something, even though I try not to go into porta-potties, just bathrooms in general, that something's going to happen to the phone.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, man, thanks for calling.
Have a good day.
So, okay, Nikki, this has happened to me, but not in a porta potty. Do you remember that time I lost my phone in the Chipotle trash can?
Yeah. Well, did it make it to the dumpster and you went in there, or did you just go? Well, you just left it.
We didn't realize where it was until after, and so like it had gone in the trash. I mean, at that time it was in the dumpster,
and so you can call and make it ring from the dumpster.
So I actually ended up calling, or just paying I think it was $100 to get the new phone. Yeah, I know it's more expensive now than it was then, but yeah, I just dropped the $100 on my very expensive Chipotle lunch.
It's one of those things when you have it's a very bad mistake. Very painful. Yours was not the trash. I'll take the trash any day over the toilet.
Porta potty?
Oh, yeah.
No, I'll tell you right now.
And they're not getting it. I don't know why she or the person got it.
I just imagine that happens, and I just kind of
say a little prayer and get out of there.
You play taps and you walk out because it's gone.
Yuck. Now, if it was the 10 and I just got it.
You just paid $1,200 for the 256 gig X.
I don't know what I would do. But if it has the blue stuff on it, it's drowned. It's dead. It's
you can't
gone.
bring it back, Nikki.
You cannot. If it's blue...
Blue, it's not for you?
It's not for you. Something with those rhyming things.
Yeah, it's gone, dude. So, you know what? That makes me want to...
It's gone. Call your mom. Because someone needs more money because you need a new phone. It's an emergency.
It makes me want to buy insurance on my phone
I know
right now.
It does.
The Riot. Turn it down. And rip the knob off. Radio U.
Did you see what Burger King's doing?
Burger King is now going to have spicy nuggets, which they say is a direct jab at Wendy's for their spicy nuggets.
Because Wendy's took away the spicy nuggets, and there was a lot of upset people in the world.
So is it spicy nuggets, or is it spicy nugget what do they have? Chicken fries or something?
No, these are straight up spicy nuggets. The thing that really concerns me about the Burger King nugget is that they're too
soggy.
cheap.
Cheap?
They're too cheap. They're cheap because, okay, I understand that, you want to be cheap. It's maybe it's a loss leader. It's like when Best Buy marks down that TV. There's 3 in the store, whatever. But they're putting out their spicy chicken nuggets, 10-piece for $1.49.
Maybe that's limited time.
Maybe it is, but I'll have to tell you that I feel like McDonald's is scraping the bottom of the barrel with their nuggets, and a 10-piece is $3 or $3.50. So what you're telling me is that Burger King has figured out a way to cut that price in half.
Oh, I'm sure it's even less than that.
And add spices?
I'm sure it's even less than that. The amount of nuggets they must order, it must just be so cheap.
So it's just bulk? That's the answer?
That's 100%.
Oh, Nikki, I'm not so sure. I think that calling these chicken is probably a stretch.
Well, we all know that. It is. There's filler in all of those.
Look, a chicken touched it once, okay? It counts. It's fine.
When it came to even Wendy's for their nuggets and then Burger King, I think I had the nuggets once. It's not as crispy as McDonald's, and I like that better. It feels more solid of a nugget. Mm-hmm. This feels like just too much.
So
or by that way, I mean not enough. Okay.
You know where we're coming from
I
here.
need structure to to it.
Okay. All right. So you think that these nuggets, I probably
won't like them.
Probably going to pass. That's my general rule of thumb on the Burger King nuggets. One time I went in and they're like, 20 piece, $1.25. And I was like, man, what a deal.
They're like, I only have $1. We'll take it. Come on in.
It was cheaper to buy 10 nuggets than it was to buy French fries. So those chickens were worth less than the potato.
That's a sad statement right there.
This was the worst of the riot, and we'd like to congratulate you on having the stomach to stick around to the very end. The Riot exists because Radio U exists, and Radio U only exists because of your support. Find out more and give now at radiou.com/donate.
I'm just going to start walking around naked. Like, that solves everything.